Hi, good morning, you beautiful children. So today we are going to go on like a fun, creative adventure to reported talk. So reported talk is just like the fancy and the formal word for indirect speech. So I have noticed that you seem to struggle with indirect speech, but after this you will be able to understand and to be able to do it. So I am guessing when it comes to exams, this is you in the exam room. You are sitting there like, what do I do? Which one is it? And you are sweating and everything is like, your mind is just like, I don't know what to do. So do not worry. We will figure it out together. Okay, so firstly, today we are going to go on like an exciting journey. So I want you to put on your creative side of your brain, your imaginative side. We will learn how to report what others are saying without quoting them directly. Okay, that is necessary. Now, what is indirect speech? Let's first talk about that. So, indirect speech is a way to report what someone else said without using their exact words. So, I know that sounds like, how am I reporting it then if I'm not using the words? So, you do not change their words. You're simply retelling conversations in your own words, but still using their words. Very confusing, ma'am. What you're saying is not making any sense. It will, I promise. Okay, so we use it in everyday life, in formal situations, when you are having conversations. Okay, quickly think of a time when you used indirect speech or reported talk. Yes, Brian, when you came in after break just now and you told me, ma'am, Sarah said that and that, you just did reported talk. You just did not notice. So I think reported talk, indirect speech, we use it more than we think in our everyday life. We tend to think that it's this hard thing and we never use it. We only do it in exams, but we actually do it every single day. When you gossip and that gossip goes on, you are using indirect speech. Do not gossip. Do not practice your indirect speech with gossip. That's not the way to do it. Okay, so direct versus indirect speech. So there is a very big difference between these two. So the direct speech, I love chocolate, said Sarah. The indirect speech of that sentence would be Sarah said that she loved chocolate. Okay, so let's quickly see. Did you see that there's no punctuation? That the word order changed? So firstly, the quotations got lost. The comma is not there. Said Sarah is now in the beginning of the sentence. Chocolate is at the end. Do we see that it changed? We are still using Sarah's words, but we are not quoting them. Remember, quoting is within the quotation marks. Okay, so the magic of tense changes. When we use indirect speech, the tenses is going to change. We often need to change the tense of the original statement. For example, present simple tense goes to past simple tense. For example, I am happy. She said she was happy. Okay. Present continuous goes to past continuous. Present perfect goes to past perfect. Do we see that it always goes to past tense? Remember, when you tell me that Sarah told you, and that was about like half an hour ago, and you come and tell me that now, that is going to be in the past tense because Sarah's not telling you and you are telling me directly because she already told it to you. So it is in the past. Okay, does that make sense? I truly hope so. Otherwise, like, I don't know. Okay. So the magic of tense changes. Quickly think of more examples. Speak in your little group there, and then you speak, and then you think, and then you will come and tell me after the slide. Right. So that was very great. I loved your examples and everything. Very, very smart, very not grade 8, very formal. I love it. Okay, so pronouns, they are in our little imaginative state we are in at the moment. They are like the shapeshifters. So they're like the cool people. Okay, what is a pronoun, firstly? pronouns is the people. Well done. Okay, so that is like the I, he, she, we, they, you. That is pronouns. Okay. So I usually becomes he or she. You can become I, he, she, we, or they, depending on the context. What that sentence means is when Brian is telling Sarah about the rugby match they played, and Sarah comes and tells it to me, she's not using she as the pronoun because the she is not playing rugby. It is he. Boys play rugby, so it becomes an he. So in the context of the sentence, you will find out whether and what pronoun to use. Okay. Quickly change the pronouns in the sentence. We are going to the park. We will become they. Well done, you smart children. Hey. So time and place words. In our story, they are like the travelers. Okay, they are very big necessity for our imagination. Okay. Words indicating time and place often change in indirect speech. Now becomes then. Today becomes that day. Yesterday becomes the day before. And here becomes there. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so reporting verbs. So they are like the mood setters in our story. So what I mean with mood setters is when I come into class now after break and I start shouting and everything is going, oh, you guys are making me mad. You did not stand behind your desks to greet me, and I just start shouting. What is the mood in the class going to be there? It's going to be like very stuffy and like everything is just, ugh. Okay. So, but when I come into class and I'm like, oh, pretty children, like you're like angels from heaven. What's the mood in the class going to be like? It's going to be calm and happy and kind. So that is what I mean when I say mood setters. So that is the reporting verb. Okay. We use reporting verbs to convey the speaker's tone or intention. That is very important. Their tone or intention. Keep that in mind. Okay, so say is a neutral, but we can use other options such as suggest, ask, demand, explain, whisper, or shout. There is many more, but these are the few you will probably need at the moment. For example, please be quiet. She whispered. She whispered to be quiet. Okay, by saying she whispered, you know what to do because I whispered it. What reporting verbs would I use for I hate broccoli? She shouted that she. Great. Smart children. Okay, so questions in the indirect speech. They are the curious guys. Remember, when you ask a question, you are curious. Okay. When reporting questions, we change them into a statement. You can't have questions in indirect speech. So, Sarah asks Brian. Brian comes to tell me. Brian is not asking me again. He is telling me what Sarah has asked him. Okay. Yes or no questions use if or whether. So the direct, what I mean before we go on to the next bullet, what I mean with yes or no questions, it is if the question will have a yes or a no answer. Okay, so the direct, do you like pizza? The indirect would be, he asked if I liked pizza. If I liked pizza. Okay, word questions keeps the question word but change the word order. Word questions is that what, where, when, who, why, where. Okay, so they keep that the word, but they change the order. For example, where are you going? The indirect would be she asked where I was going. Okay, quickly change this one in your group. What time is it? Okay, commands and requests. The polite transformation. Commands become infinite phrases in indirect speech. So what is an infinite phrase, firstly? We did this last week. Quickly think. Yes, that is the to plus the verb. Well done, you smart children. Okay, so the direct, sit down. The indirect would be the teacher told us to sit down. Well done. Okay, so requests often also use to and the verb. So could you pass the salt? She asked me to pass the salt. Okay, quickly do this one in your group. Don't forget your homework. Okay. So we are going to practice these few in your group. There is 4 bullets for you to try on your own in your group. Remember to change the tenses, the pronouns, time expressions, as well as the reporting verb. Okay, that is very important. I will give you like 5 minutes for that. Quickly do that. I see none of you had it wrong. Well done. Thank you for working nice in a group and not causing chaos. Okay, so now we can report what others are saying like a pro. We are like an expert now. So I'm saying it again. Remember to pay attention to the tenses, the pronouns, the reporting verbs. That is very important. Okay, so now you understand everything about reporting indirect speech. Okay, reported talk. We can do this now. So I handed out the worksheets. You will continue with that now. On your own, you will not work in a group now. We'll do it on your own. If you're not done, it will be homework. Okay.